Well, good morning, everyone. This is Ericlamar, your host of A Whole New Me. Today's very, very important message could save you tens of thousands of dollars, and initially could save you hundreds and thousands of dollars, but this is very important. Today I'm going to be talking about a subject that, many have experienced. Perhaps you've experienced this, but in the arena for credit restoration and again, we all understand we live in a society, a capitalistic society, where credit is critical. If you want to buy a home, generally we're just not walking around with a briefcase with $300,000-$400,000 to just pay cash. So you have to finance it. So it requires approval. You want to buy a vehicle. Typically you're going to buy a decent car that's safe to transport you and your children, so you want to spend some money with extra safety features. You just don't typically carry that kind of cash around, or you want to deplete savings. So we finance those things. So with that being said, in order to qualify to finance those things, it requires being approved for credit. Sometimes there are setbacks in getting approved, so therefore most individuals are required to go somewhere to get assistance for that. With that happening, this creates an environment where many people have been taken advantage of. And this is frustrating because it puts a bad image on those that want to do things the right way. So today what I'm going to be giving you are some tips. I'm going to be putting some links in a comment that will protect you and anyone you know and love. So if you would, please share this video with others. You can repost it on your wall. I ask that you keep others' privacy protected by not tagging them in the video. But if you do know someone specific that's looking to buy a car or buy a home that could benefit from this, then as a friend, shoot them a private inbox message with this video. So again, I don't want to embarrass anyone or put anyone's business out there on blast. So when we talk about tips to avoid being scammed, one of the very first things, just a bold statement that needs to be made, is stop paying for credit repair or restoration before your credit is restored or repaired. Now you may say, why in the world would I say that? Well, I'm going to read to you a couple of laws it's of one particular law actually. You may not have ever heard of this, called the Credit Repair Organizations Act, which is a part of a series of laws passed by Congress. Now you may have heard of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is a law that protects your interests, that says credit reporting agencies, many are you familiar with, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, and so forth. Well, I'm here to tell you, and more clients that are coming on board with us are starting to get reports back from more than these three bureaus, and they're surprised that information out there is being reported. But that particular law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, requires individuals or companies that report information on you, which your credit is like your reputation. It has to be accurate, verifiable, and 100% true. If it is not accurate, verified with documentation, it cannot be on your report. But if you don't understand what your rights are according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, then most times you just fall victim. That information is sitting there and it's causing your score to be lower. It's causing you to pay higher interest rates on car loans, house loans, and more money for car insurance. So you may be familiar with that law, but many are not familiar with the Credit Repair Organizations Act. It is just as important of a law. The law is under the United States Code 15, Section 1679 to 1679. This act, and I'm going to read it, so I'm reading verbatim, and then I'll give you a link to this. This act, Title 4 of the Consumer Credit Protection Act, prohibits untrue or misleading representation that requires certain affirmative disclosures in the offering or sale of credit repair services. The Act bars companies from offering credit repair services from demanding advanced payment. It also requires that credit repair contracts be in writing and gives consumers certain contract cancellation rights. This is law, but it's something that most overlook, don't even take into consideration. So a lot of times I've talked to people who have called me who want to have things repaired on their credit. They're trying to buy a home, and I appreciate the mortgage brokers that refer business and the realtors that are referring business to A Whole New Me, because this credit repair piece is a division of our company. You may have seen me doing a lot with the health piece, but that's just one piece that's causing health problems, and that's financial stress. So we're building out other facets to A Whole New Me. So we want to help you in overcoming health issues, but we also want to help your finances to become healthy. So that's why if you're wondering, like, I only associated Eric with walking the bridge and all this other stuff. No, there's so much more to A Whole New Me. You're going to hear those details later. But this particular law is important to understand because it protects you. So what that really means is that you should not be paying for credit restoration services prior to receiving the results. Now, what a company can do, which is what we do, is we charge a consultation fee, which also gives us the access to pull our service. We pull and order 9 reports. Because we order this many reports on you, I apologize for that, because more people are reporting on your credit beyond the 3 credit bureaus. So yes, can you charge for a consultation and pulling reports? Absolutely, that doesn't violate the law. But what does violate the law is when you have to pay, and then what happens is things may not come off your credit. Then people get upset. Then that's when a reputation happens toward those companies that are trying to do that work for you. So what I would highly recommend is what we do is once we pull your reports, you get all the 9 reports together, we sit down with you, we will have a consultation, and we'll go over everything for you. Then what we'll do is then we'll give you 2 options. Option number 1 allows you to enroll into our done for you, learn how to do it yourself membership program. And we teach you exactly what we're going to do. What most people, however, find to be more advantageous is, look, you all have the expertise, you all have you understand the timing. I don't have the time to deal with this. And so then they will go into our complete done for you service. That's what we really recommend. However, we want people to understand what is going on so that their rights can be upheld, so that they learn this stuff. However, when we do it for you, here's what happens. You will get an itemized list of everything that needs to be done, broken down in writing, that is for you. Sometimes people will call me and say, Eric, I just want to know, how much is it going to cost? Here's how I answer that question. It all depends. Think about when you have an accident with your car, you wreck your car. Is there just a flat price that someone can you can call up and say, I wrecked my car, I need my car fixed? No. Damage has to be assessed. Your credit report is a financial vehicle. And until we see the complete damage that's done to your report, and it may not even be your fault, you could be a victim of identity theft. I'm starting to have conversations with people that have lost their wallets, have had items stolen, roommates stole things, their emails have been breached, a lot of things that the government categorizes as identity theft that you may or may not be aware of. That's why it's important to get a full picture. Then we'll sit down with you, line item by line item. We'll have a cost of what it takes to remove or correct that particular item. Then you have a total, and then as results are happening, your credit card is then charged. So you will never have to worry about paying for something and then it not happening. You're going to see the things coming off of your credit or the status change. There may be things we don't want to take off your credit. We just simply want to correct the reporting because it could be a good trade line. Okay? But if it's a trade line that needs to go away, bankruptcies, judgments, those take different type of an attack than an inquiry, okay? Or a credit card. I promise you, I've been doing this on myself. I've taken 80 negative items down to 3. I know the work that it takes on a day in, day out basis. So I don't necessarily recommend the do it yourself, but I don't want to try to present an image that you can't do it, because you actually can. And that's why we have our membership program that teaches you, hey, this is what we're doing. Here's the different types of correspondences for different scenarios that we do. And you get all that in our membership, and that membership is $199. So when you pay the $99, I recommend you have us pull all your reports for you up front. Then you can go into that membership and just pay the difference of an additional $99. We give you that $100 as a credit toward the membership, if you choose to go into that, or $100 as credit toward the done for you service in addition. So you're still receiving a tremendous value. Another tool that I want to just recommend, and I'll place these in the comments after I'm done with the broadcast. This is from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau on how to avoid credit repair scams. A couple of red flags it says to look for. The demand of payment up front. It sounds too good to be true. The company tells you it can get rid of negative credit information such as bankruptcies and all these things, and they promise these things and they can give you guarantees. Well, I don't even give guarantees because I know the challenges and the strategies that I've had to duck and weave and overcome the obstacles the credit bureaus have been placing in front of me. Guys, this is an ever-moving world. These companies, you have to be prepared to take this all the way to a lawsuit if that's what you choose to do. And I'm prepared to do that with one of these bureaus that's been messing around with me. The rest of the bureaus have been very compliant because you're putting the evidence in front of them. But if you want to get the results, you have to be willing to do what it takes. And personally, I'm willing to do what it takes because I know why. As a business owner, I know why I want to maximize my credit. They can't answer questions. Sometimes the representatives can't answer specifics on the services that they're offering, or they hold back or provide misinformation. There's been so many different lawsuits against credit reporting agencies. So this link that I'm going to provide you, if you have been a victim of a scam or someone you've paid money and they did not render the services to you in the timely fashion that they said they would or promised you or whatever, then inside of this link that you're going to see from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, there is a link to submit a complaint. You have rights on your side. And what we're here to do at A Whole New Me with our Higher Living Academy, you're going to hear more about that. We want to help you enforce your rights from the Fair Credit Reporting Act point of view, and also from the Credit Repair Organizations Act. We're not going to charge you up front. You're going to know specifically. So if you're interested in moving forward and getting some things done with your credit, don't wait. If you're wanting to buy a house, get started now. I promise you, it takes some time. Some things happen immediately. And then some things may have to take a little more hammering. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? You will never be able to say Eric and their team took my money and something didn't get done, because the items that will be paid for, you're going to see that progression happening on your credit report. And I think that's fair for you. If you think that's fair, give me some likes or some thumbs up on that as well. So there's a link below. If you want to get started, click on that link. It's only $99. There will be a form then that you'll fill out that gives us, that's a secured form, that gives us the information that we need from you to start ordering the 9 different reports. Let me give you an example. These reports will be coming from companies like Check Systems, Telechecks, which are banking sectors. Then you have reports that come from, you know about the 3 annual, your 3 bureaus of TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. However, point of caution. You can go order these reports at annualcreditreport.com. We don't want to make it seem like anything we don't want to make it seem like anything is difficult. It is just time consuming. That's what we're saving you, is time. You can go do this yourself. Okay. So I'm very transparent. But what you're paying for is a consultation and us ordering the reports for you. And we're going to go over everything and show you, okay, here's what you can do. Even if you choose not to do our done for you service, we're going to give you what you need. So that's what the $99 pays for. So this is a very, very, I think it's cost too little, should be more, but I want to give a great value for you. So the thing about that, when I say a point of caution, do not order online from annualcreditreport.com your 3 bureaus and view it online. You can, that is your option. But guess what? Here's little secrets that get results. You have to confirm all kinds of information. But when you order it by paper, they just send it. You just have to provide the proper ID, and we tell you what we need, and those come to you. You don't want to give up your rights by agreeing to something or confirming something online, because they got to confirm your identity. And then later on, you're trying to dispute it. You see how that can be a conflict? But sometimes we don't think about those little bitty things. So that's why we order it. We want hard copies sent to us in the mail. Snail mail, oftentimes is better. But Eric, I can get it so much faster. It takes 2 weeks. Yeah, but then it may take you an extra 60 days to fight that same item. So what's 2 weeks? See what I'm saying? We have reasons we do certain things. Christine says, I used to help people repair credit and help them rebuild it. The main problem is that so many do not understand money to begin with, and they need to see to stop spending, and when financing, I can't read all of that comment, but I think the gist of what you're saying is just people need to understand money. Yes. And if you can make those payments on 15% of your income, you're not ready for it yet. Save. Great comment. I appreciate that. And again, financial advice, this is part of what the membership is all about, because one of the reasons, a bonus training that I put inside of the membership is a cash flow training, particularly for those that have jobs. Most American workers have their W-4 improperly filled out. 80% have their W-4s improperly filled out. And if they are business owners, let's say they have a home business of some sort. I was just talking with a home business owner yesterday. I was at a meeting with a bunch of professional women, and I started sharing some information. She homeschools her child, and I was saying, do you employ your kid? She was like, no, she's not 18. I said, well, they can get a job at McDonald's at 15, 16. Why do they have to be 18? And so it was just, the information was just blowing her away. And what happens is if you have a home business, there are so many tax deductions, and this is not for this particular broadcast, but there are so many more tax deductions that you could be, if you choose. It's your money. but you could be taking deductions. And then if you have a job, you can put that cash back into your paycheck. So inside of our membership, I give a bonus training just on that. It has nothing to do with credit. I think people need to understand money. So I enjoy presenting that kind of information. But I want you to, for the purpose of today's broadcast, if you have been a victim, I'm going to put, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and just try to put these comments, these links in the comments right now for, let me go ahead and just copy this, drop it into the comments so that you can see this. This will take you to the Federal Trade Commission that gives you the law that I was mentioning that requires that does not allow you to pay. Well, you should not be paying. Let me just put it that way. You should not be paying. It's your money, and if you choose to pay someone, that's the choice you're making. If you choose to work with us and let us help you, you're going to be given an agreement. You're going to know all the cost, and you're not charged until we get results. But what I find interesting is this is such a foreign concept to people. They're like, wait a minute, what's the catch? We want to give you value, then we want to get paid for it. Bottom line. We don't want you to pay for something that we did not complete. Is that too simple? I don't know. But anyway, so I put those two comments, two links inside of there. If you have been a victim, go to the consumer finance link and file a complaint. Study the law. Know your rights. If you want us to help you, if you think this information can be valuable for someone, please share this video. Let's achieve our dreams. Let's make it happen. Thanks for tuning in today. This is Eric. I'll catch you around with another great broadcast bringing you more valuable information. If you have more questions, feel free to directly inbox me and I'll be available to answer your questions. Have a good day.